In a move that has raised eyebrows across both sides of the Atlantic, Harry and Meghan Markle are reportedly seeking to be treated on equal footing with Prince William and Catherine, the Prince and Princess of Wales. This demand has sparked controversy, given the Sussexes' previous decision to step back from royal duties and their public criticisms of the royal family. Their request for equality, despite their altered roles within the monarchy, challenges conventional royal protocols and adds a new layer of complexity to the ongoing family dynamics. Nobody forced them to leave. It was they who wanted to step away from the royal family and their noble responsibilities and missions. Harry and Meghan chose their own path, a new life in California, far from the duties and expectations of royalty. Now, their demand to be treated on an equal footing with William and Catherine is not just paradoxical, but also unreasonable, considering their public criticisms and controversial behavior. This raises questions about their sincerity and true motives, and makes the public wonder whether Harry and Meghan truly understand the value and responsibilities they abandoned. This challenge is not only to the operational norms of the royal family, but also to the very values they claim to be protecting. In fact, they might ask for equal treatment, but they are not equal. They will never be equal, no matter how much Meghan thought she could shake the old and dusty monarchy. The UK royals are ranked by their closeness to the crown. Prince William is the heir apparent, and Harry is fifth in the line of succession, for now. As in a corporation, the closer you are to the center of power, in this case the king, the more privileged you are. The VP Prince William has more power than the regional managers, who have more power than store managers. The crown works in the same way. It doesn't matter whether Meghan likes it or not. Catherine has a higher rank than she does, because she is married to the first son and heir of the current king. Meghan is married to the second son. They are not equal in status, and therefore the outcomes will be vastly different. Prince William and Catherine will reign as king and queen consort when Charles dies. Harry and Meghan will have no higher ranking than they have now. They are the Royal Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They might be awarded other titles, but they will not be ranked any higher than a Duke and Duchess. That is the way a monarchy works, and that is what Meghan failed to understand when she married Harry for wealth and social status. Well, when Charles dies, Harry will move up one spot in the line of succession to fourth, but that will be the highest spot for him, unless one of William's children dies. Otherwise, he will just go down one as William's children grow up, get married, and have children of their own. That's right, Prince George will reach adulthood, and may get married and have children. That will push Harry further down. And, if Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis have children, Harry might as well kiss the throne goodbye. In many families, equal treatment and outcomes are based on the behavior of those in the lineup. For the most part, William behaved as expected for his station in life, with only a few minor transgressions, that is, a couple of reports of drinking at a party or club. He tended to his education, served in the military, worked as a search and rescue pilot outside of the military, married well, and tended to business. While Harry threw away the education he could have had many instances of excessive drug and alcohol use and, in many people's opinion, did not choose wisely when it came to marrying. He has incessantly complained about William getting a better side of a shared bedroom, an extra sausage, and other petty grievances. Harry finally is learning that actions have consequences. To feel the most fair, I am guessing that Meghan would like to see a monarchy reinstated in the USA. Then, they could elect a king or queen to perform state duties, dressed up in finery and jewels paid for by the government, walking a red carpet at special events, and getting a very nice, fat allowance. Naturally, with her experience of royal life, she would be elected queen in perpetuity. The government could build her a palace in California, with a balcony, so that she could wave to her many fans. Perhaps even build a statue of her in Queen Meghan Square for her fans to gather. Well, I am very grateful to everyone who watched our video. Before continuing the content, it's even better when you give us a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Or if you want us to cover any content related to the royal family, don't hesitate to comment below. So I think people can do something compassionate by sending her to a mental hospital so she can be treated promptly. She was too delusional and had mental problems. Someone probably needs to pour water on her face or give her a few slaps to wake her up. I know Meghan demands fairness because she's very jealous of Catherine, and that doesn't surprise me. What Meghan failed to understand was that Catherine was with William for a long time, including a break before they got married. She took the time to learn about the British royal family, added to which she was brought up by a family whose circle was in the upper echelons, despite fairly humble beginnings. Remember Doors to Manual about Catherine's mother, who was an air hostess? I think Meghan thought that as an American, mixed-race actress that would somehow push her to the front. And indeed, it did. I watched a program about Sandringham Christmases last night, and it was so sycophantic about Megs, and to a lesser degree about Harry, that I nearly turned off. How anyone thinks the British press has been hateful towards them, I do not know, having seen that. Meghan's arrogance got in the way of her taking her time and listening to the advice given. As far as looks are concerned, there is little to choose between them, but it ends there. I think Catherine has to do a lot of acting as if a therapeutic term, meaning behaving as if everything is okay, even if one feels angry, hurt, bored, and so on. It is about manners, and clearly, Meghan doesn't have many. As for Harry, there is an opinion that Harry wasn't jealous of William when younger. According to equerries and members of the security detail, Harry used to taunt William with his relative freedom, as in, I can do anything I want, and you have to behave, because you're going to be king. So the younger Harry didn't see being king as something to be wanted, because it carried requirements to behave well. Harry eventually found his own royal role, supporting and encouraging disabled army veterans, and founding the Centibele charity in Africa, and seemed to enjoy making all that happen, which makes him walking away from those roles and successes rather sad. It's only since his relationship with Meghan that there has been a real whiff of jealousy, which begs the question, is it Harry who is jealous, or is it really Meghan? So what do you think is the answer? In my opinion, Harry and Meghan are equal in terms of evil. Since childhood, it was Harry's suppressed humanity, and Meghan was the trigger that broke Harry's evil nature. So Harry is not better than Meghan. Harry was jealous of William, and read any of the books about them. He didn't like the fact that William got more attention than him from the Queen, as he used to go round to see her for dinner, and get a bit of training for his future. Also, he kicked William when Diana rushed to them on the boat, and hugged William first. Diana spoiled him to make up for the fact he was the spare, and William the heir. Yes, Harry was green with envy all his life with William. William was the older, the one who would one day inherit the throne, the one with the beautiful wife, the one with the sweetest kids, and so on and so on and so on. I believe Harry was not a happy person at any time in his life. His mother stated at one time that he was rather dim. Now that had to hurt. The Queen asked William for tea on Saturdays so that he could get away from Eton and the embarrassing antics of his mother. She used William as her confidant about the men she was with. He was very upset at her interview on TV, where she said she had an affair first. The Queen was always there for William and Harry. It was Diana that called Harry the spare. He excused his bad behavior. That's his modus operandi now, but as an almost 40-year-old adult, it is not cute. The clip of him kicking William because he didn't get the hug has been shown so many times, and has always shown that Harry didn't like his brother getting any attention from their mom. Yep, he was spoilt and jealous, and his bad behavior was covered up for years. William got him out of more than one scrap at school and helped him out. Harry needs to grow up and thank his lucky stars. He had such a caring family who loved after him, and may I add, indulged him. He needs to wake up and live in the real world, and realize that the world does not revolve around him and Meghan. Meghan probably thought it would be more glamorous and exciting than it was being a senior member of the British royal family. Meghan has a degree from a top university. She had to know prior to marrying Harry that he would never be king. Of course, the future focus and importance would always be with future King William and Queen Consort Catherine. Charles, due to his age, will probably have a short reign as king. William as king and Catherine as queen consort will reign for many years. They and their children are the important future. Harry and Meghan, as time went on, would become less and less important. It's inevitable, but I can imagine how great Meghan's jealousy and resentment will be. Maybe she thought she could win William and become queen. When he rejected her, she created the false rumor that he was having an affair with Catherine's friend on her computer at 5 a.m., which is easily traceable, even though she removed it. Seems that was the time she created staff problems also. I think she had her eye on William. Remember, this Markle had been watching the royal family for years. She knew Andrew. She settled for Harry. She knew that William was intelligent, and Harry, not so much. I don't find her seductive in anything she does. Her attempts are rather frightening. Some of the images posted of her smiling radiantly at Prince William are truly disturbing. Those creepy, seductive man-eating smiles of hers directed towards Prince William, accompanied as they are by the tender eyelash batting, are just so ice-water freezing cold. Yikes. Without a doubt, though, she did make a covert move on Serena Williams' husband, Alex Ohanian. This happened at the tennis match while his wife was playing, and she was seated next to Serena's mother. Wish Ohanian knew how to post the clip. That entire thigh-spreading episode in the denim dress was truly bizarre. A Sharon Stone, Meghan Markle moment. Only Sharon's movie character had more success than Meghan with that bold move, it seems. I think it was a godsend when they announced they were stepping down and moving away. I can never forget Meghan's comment about her and Harry being one plane crash away from having the throne. She is so mentally ill that she couldn't be trusted being around William or his family. I wouldn't have put anything past her. As far as Harry is concerned, his relationship is so Cain and Abel. Harry could easily be coerced by his evil wife and pathological jealousy to harm his own brother. The royal family is spot on to keep those two far away from them. It's true that the more lenient you are, the more unreasonable people will be. King Charles walked her down the aisle and paid for that ridiculous spectacle of a wedding. She was taken on an engagement with the Queen right away, something Sophie and Catherine had to wait a while for. The very act of allowing Harry to marry Meghan showed that the royal family was ready to embrace new horizons and open the door to a biracial presence in the royal family. Clearly, they knew there would be children from a marriage, so allowing the marriage showed that they were ready to have biracial royals in the family. So these fake claims of racism are from Meghan's own racist mind, not the royal family. Meghan began straight away, creating uncomfortable situations for the royal family, with her constant lies and accusations. Not caught wasn't good enough. Well, Catherine and William lived there until George was born, and they never complained. The 21-room apartment at Kensington Palace set aside for them wasn't good enough. William and Catherine lived in an exact apartment, and they were happy. Frogmore Cottage wasn't nice enough, even after renovations. Oh, they paid for renovations, but so did William and Catherine when they renovated their house at Sandringham. That's the rule. William and Catherine now live in a modest 4-bedroom house, not a palace. Meghan wanted money, royal jewels, and travel, with no work, and she wanted to be more important than anyone else. I don't know if you remember, a peculiar video that everyone was talking about, and a humorous card that the king was given. First things first, we need to discuss what Robert Jobson said in the Hulu video, which was extremely brief and quite uninteresting. He stated that Prince William is envious of Harry's success in the Invictus Games. If I may paraphrase him, he stated that the Invictus is Harry's most important and most passionate undertaking. Since its inception, it has received a great deal of success. The fact that Harry has been able to continue to raise the money is not only astounding, but I believe that there is a certain amount of jealousy around how well he has done. I have a feeling that William is taken aback by such accomplishment. There is one thing that we can all agree on, and that is the fact that Robert Jobson is not someone who would be trustworthy. He made this comment in complete and utter bad faith, and he was aware that it was going to have this effect, as well as the number of headlines that would be generated as a result of this happening. Therefore, this took place on purpose. In the gray suit that Harry wore, it was clear that William was envious. I am sure of it. My guess is that William was relieved that they were able to find Harry a project that would keep him away from bars and trouble. Additionally, it is important to keep in mind that William and Catherine made a donation of £1 million to the Invictus Games during that respective time period. It is, to say the least, ludicrous to assert that William is or was envious of the success that Invictus has achieved after Harry and Meghan Markle's Invictus Games Foundation received a donation of $1 million from the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Allegations that the royal family had been inattentive were turned on their heads. August of 2021 was the month in question. Remember that Jobson stated 2 months ago that Harry is a bit of a spoiled brat. This is something that we need to keep in mind. Perhaps Montecito sent him a present in an effort to get him to change his mind about the ginger matter. The following are some of the statements that Jobson says about the children of Wales, which indicates that there is also a certain element of gaslighting involved. However, I believe that unfortunately for the king, there is not really any kind of relationship between the king and his grandkids. This is due to the fact that the king has not really had the chance to develop that kind of bond. There are others who could argue that he ought to have exerted more effort and attempted to get in touch with Archie and Lily. I am aware that he spends a significant amount of time with William's children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, whenever he has the opportunity to do so. I am certain that he would spend as much time as he could if Harry and Meghan were based in England, but they are not. Therefore, I do not believe that there is any kind of connection between the two of them. Even though he refers to Archie and Lily by their titles, he still calls the children from Wales by their names. This is a source of significant distress. Nevertheless, Robert Jobson made reference to the children of Wales in the video in order to exert pressure on Charles. He asserts that the king is able to visit George, Charlotte, and Louis nearly whenever he pleases, or so Jobson claims. However, when it comes to Harry's children, there is no such opportunity. However, it appears that the king is the one who is to blame, as if he is the one who should be responsible for reuniting the family. Now, I have witnessed this kind of strategy in other situations, and it is nothing more than direct and straightforward guilt-tripping. To put it another way, it is the same as saying, oh, you get to spend time with your grandchildren whenever you want, but you haven't given Harry the opportunity to bring the children closer to you than you are. When it comes to the fact that these two are rarely seen with their children, who can blame him? How long has it been since you last saw him or her? Meghan's marketing campaign is still going strong in the meantime. A video that was released 3 days after the unexpected virtual engagement in the United Kingdom shows the Duchess of Cambridge preparing dumplings with a group of female Afghan refugees in California. There are a lot of similarities between the videos and the tea brand that she had invested in. Nonetheless, it is possible that Meghan needs to regain the humanitarian tag in order for people to even be marginally interested in her next podcast presentation. In addition, we have heard some unsubstantiated rumors that the illiterate individual is attempting to get individuals to work for her on her new podcast for free, despite the fact that her budget is quite limited. Now, if Meghan were to grant herself permission to conduct interviews with rising stars, this may be a positive development. This is because rising stars are the kind of visitors who could benefit from the additional exposure. On the other hand, if I knew Meghan, she would never have visitors that were less than AAA, so I don't see how that could possibly work, and it would appear that people are in desperate need of mysteries and conspiracies to solve. Because this video was uploaded yesterday, it is a film taken at Buckingham Palace, and it shows 3 equestrians riding on 2 black horses and 1 white horse, while a flag is covered in black, and the people who believe in conspiracies went completely insane, at least on X. I have read explanations such as the monarchy was about to end, something happened to the king, the entire royal family has already fled the country, Catherine has transcended time and space, and become a super being, who is going to take us to Alpha Centauri, or that Harry and Meghan are going to leave the royal family alone. You are welcome to send your own thoughts about this, but I have read explanations such as these. It is at this point that I draw the line, because I believe that a good conspiracy must at the very least be credible. In connection with this, we have news stories such as this one. Harry is holding urgent discussions with Meghan, Archie, and Lily in preparation for a possible return to the United Kingdom. My hypothesis regarding this matter is going to be discussed with you. However, Harry is not involved in this matter, and it is Meghan who is responsible for making the decision. Between the months of April and May, they are planning a trip to the United Kingdom. If you want to know how I know something, don't tell me how I know it. I am just making an educated guess. They are finally going to bring the children with them when they travel to the United Kingdom, and upon their arrival, they are going to publish a photograph of children who are of a suitable age. By this, I mean children who appear to be the same age as they are at this point. The issue is that the photographs that are allowed to be released will once again appear to be suspicious. After that, we will only do it for the purpose of people talking about them, which is especially important, given that Meghan's popularity in the United States is plateauing, and she needs to take action to rectify this situation. As of right now, the comeback of Jack Royston and Meghan Markle is falling behind schedule. Something has happened to the Duchess of Sausages. Now, there's a term in there that I don't understand. You are back. Return from what exactly? It would appear that the so-called return is a reference to the manner in which they are attempting to restore their brand from the damage that Spear had on it earlier this year. If they didn't see it coming, I don't know what to say. That the number of tedious lies was going to obliterate any interest that the people still had in them when they were still around. And now, because Meghan is in a terrible situation, she is attempting to make the omnipresent games about her as well, because it is the only thing she has left. However, this is the reason why a picture of the children would be of great use. In the meantime, according to J.E. May, King Charles has been receiving a lot of notes wishing him a speedy recovery, and he continues to demonstrate that he has a fine sense of humor. He expressed his gratitude to everyone by displaying a selection of the thousands of cards that he had received. The Prince of Wales, as well as Queen Camilla, is a wonderful dog lover and owner. It is the kind of comedy that is displayed on this card that they would love. Moreover, the card in question is a rather humorous one. He is referring to a small dog that is coming from the veterinarian with a cone on his neck, and he is stating that at least you do not have to wear a cone. A ruff is an object that comes the closest to resembling a cone anywhere. On the other hand, it is my understanding that they have been taken out of style for quite some time. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video, and I want to know what you think about these issues. Please Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.